Who is Randy?
Don't bring anyone mother into this.
Your mom in the fucking stand!
So one of the things, I caught some heat, a lot of smoke from the wrestling fans.
Yeah.
Of which you are one. And
That's why I'm shirtless too.
I know. Look
Like a
good.
wrestler.
Hardcore. I realized in all the hatred that came my way for my, I'll say it was before I went to therapy that week.
Mm-hmm.
I lost my temper on a lot of issues. But I was telling my therapist that, I really expressed a lot of disdain towards this community and that maybe they didn't deserve it. But one of the things I realized in that story, because I was talking about a lot of things, was that I don't think I've ever shared with you my Ric Flair story.
You have a Ric Flair story?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And,
Are you really excited, Josh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Let's hear it.
never told you this story.
Wait, you met him or something?
Well, it's even better than that. So
Is he going to come on the show?
no, but maybe. So when I was 9, we left Cincinnati and we moved to Minneapolis, and we lived there for another 2.5 years. So I went to 4th grade, 5th grade, and 6th grade in Minneapolis, and it's also the first place I ever played football, Pee Wee football. So when I was a kid, that was like my obsession, and my dad was happy to oblige. And he, when I was like, I want to play football, we moved to this new city, and I joined a Pee Wee football team in a suburb of Minneapolis called Plymouth. And, I basically had I guess ultimately it was like 3 groups of friends in there. It was like neighborhood kids from school, and kids from Pee Wee football. And one of the people I played Pee Wee football with was David Flair. And so one day we were at one of our Pee Wee games, and somebody goes, oh, hey, Ric Flair's here. And I'm like, Ric Flair's here? Why? And we look, and there's a white limousine at a Pee Wee football game.
That's what's up.
And there's a dude in a full-length mink coat.
Hell yeah.
Oh, my God. Really?
Yeah, and like bright blonde hair. And we're like, that's Ric Flair? And they're like, yeah, that's David's dad.
Just to pick him up from Pee Wee football?
Well, he
like
was watching the
It's
game.
gotta
Yeah.
always be on, baby.
He was on.
That's like you showing up to pick up our kid or something from preschool as like DJ Dad Mal.
Kind of is,
comedian's
except
here,
that is
buddy.
the role of a wrestler,
You're
is to be
always
that.
He
Ric
lived
Flair?
it.
He lived it. But
Wow.
here's what I actually was thinking about this week.
Yeah.
That we're friends, and that I've known that you're a wrestling fan, but more so that you're a Ric Flair fan from like having had conversations with you.
Right.
And that I've
thought
never told you that story.
Aw.
And the reason that I've never told you that story is because it's so insignificant to me. Because I don't care that I met him.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and I feel like I've remiss in knowing this, by not knowing this, but I think David's dead.
No.
His brother, his half
His brother.
is.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
David was the one that didn't have the stuff to make it in the ring.
All right. Well, Jesus
Wow,
Christ,
you
man.
really know. What do you
Sorry.
like about Ric Flair? What's your favorite part about Ric Flair?
Oh my
What do you
God! I
love?
wish I could be like him. And I mean, it's not. It's. I love that he loves wrestling so much that he neglected his family to do it. Basically, like honestly, I mean, if you watch that documentary about him, he talks about when he goes home to be a dad, he would just like sit down and be like, "When do I get to go back out on the road?"
Oh, I know what that's like. Yeah.
And that's what I love the most. I really
That's
do.
your favorite part.
Yeah, dude. It's he's obsessed with what he does.
He's obsessed with
To
it.
the point where they had to drag him out of there, like when he was an old man. But he loves it so much. Could you imagine not being able to do what you love because you age out of it?
No, it's terrible.
But didn't you tell? Because I really don't know. But I mean, I have a general understanding of how that world works. Didn't you tell me he was doing it all through his 50s and
I mean, he was in
60s?
it when he probably shouldn't have been in it.
And competing.
Yeah, like taking bumps and shit. Like I saw him in 2007. Like do his retirement match, which he came back from like 5 separate times, but he did his retirement match, and it was crazy to see an elderly man like get thrown off a fucking thing into a table and
Yeah.
all this wild shit. You're like, that's an old man that
Right.
he's throwing through a table right now. Like,
Yeah, because how old is he?
at the time, I mean, now he's like 80 maybe.
He's 80?
He's up there, dude. He's 70 something.
Google
I'm pretty
Ric Flair? I
sure.
wanna
Google how
see.
old he just
He-
recently got super ill
He's
about a
71.
year
Oh,
ago.
wow.
He's 71.
He looks good.
He's fucking
though.
up there. But I mean, that was 2007. That was, you know, he was 50 something, and then he wrestled well like 5 years beyond that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So he was well into his 60s.
Hello, and thank you for watching that highlight. If you want to see more of those, we have them. They're provided for you. So enjoy. Just do a deep dive like you're trying to study us. Click on these and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button, and then they'll just be delivered to you. You can watch them when they come out. Please do it.